Okay.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Welcome back. Today's topic is marketing is useless without this. And what is this?
I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah.
Right. So, as business owners and people who want to start a business and so on, we've had a lot of experience of this as well, where there's so much information out there about how to get your thing in front of the people who need it, right? Number one, in front of the people who need it.
Sorry.
How to get in front of the people who need it, and also in front of the people who can afford it, who can pay you to use it or buy it or whatever. And so, you may have come across as well. So there's, posting on social media and creating valuable content, and which we've done a lot of that. We've done a lot of free stuff and a lot of low price stuff to help educate people around what we do. There's paid advertising and marketing. There's networking, meet up with people, and LinkedIn, of course, is a big thing. And so there's YouTube, of course, creating videos. So there's a lot of options out there, and you'll find that there's a lot of teachers and gurus and business leaders who are teaching how to get traffic to your website or to your social media, how to build your followers. There's all of that practical side of things, and some of them are contradicting.
And we've got a track record in engaging in a lot of that stuff.
Absolutely, including having consultants and paying professionals to do it and that kind of thing. Here's the key, the bottom line of this is that all of that, no matter how brilliant it is, no matter how clever it is, no matter how innovative it is. So, thinking of people like Alex Hormozy and Gary Vee and those kinds of people as well, and the advice they give, no matter how brilliant it is and how much it's working for some people, it's all completely useless without mental and emotional health. And I'm going to explain why that is. I'm going to break it down. So, when we are not feeling good, the prefrontal cortex of the brain, so apart from anything else, the prefrontal cortex of the brain is offline, so we can't think straight, we can't create content, we can't strategize. Our risk assessment is affected, our judgment is affected, and our communication is. So I wanted to use an example, like let's say you want to, taking the idea of creating valuable content. So there's this whole thing, there used to be a thing of content is king, and the more content you put out there that's valuable will attract your ideal clients, all of that. So let's say you want to do that. Unless you're excited to do it and feeling happy to do it and in that feel-good state, number one, you may not be able to think of what to say, can't come up with ideas, or I feel like I don't have anything new to add. Who's going to listen to me? I'm worried about what people will think. There's all of that kind of thing, or procrastination, just don't know why I don't want to do it, or I'm overwhelmed, I don't know where to start. There's all of those kinds of things that hold you back.
Absolutely. And certainly we had that kind of experience starting out. Thinking back, what is it, like 6-7 years ago? Those first attempts at getting on YouTube, and just feeling, and it was good because the recognizing the resistance and the fear and the procrastination and everything that was involved in just putting up a simple little 2-minute 3-minute video, whatever. It was just unbelievably paralyzing or overwhelming at the time. And I know that that's an experience that a lot of people have. A lot of the people that we work with are dealing with those issues. So how do we push beyond that? How do we fix that? How do we get to the core of what is really holding us back?
Right. Good question.
Oh,
So-
good.
You'll be happy to know I have an answer to that. Well, there's two pieces to this. And the first piece is changing your brain chemistry, learning to gain control over your brain chemistry. And the reason for that is because as you are feeling, most of us go, okay, I've got to create content, or I've got to do a sales call, or I've got to
Make a video,
or get onto LinkedIn and network. So whatever that marketing activity is that you want to get started with. So, for example, if you are getting some advice, you're doing a course, or you've got a mentor or something like that, where you've actually paid to to get marketing advice, and then you can't get yourself to do it. As you are thinking about doing the activity, your brain is, number one, referring to unconscious, implicit childhood memories that prove you're in danger in some way. And it's not logical, because the unconscious part of the brain can't use logic or reason. So it's referring to some evidence in your childhood that proves your self-image and worldview without your conscious knowledge. And then it's pumping stress chemicals into your system, like adrenaline and cortisol. And that is taking the prefrontal cortex of your brain offline. That's where we do our cognitive thinking, which means it's exactly the part of the brain you need in order to do the thing, but you don't have access to it. So you sit down, you think, okay, I'm going to create some content that's going to attract my ideal clients. And then you can't think of anything to say, or you feel the fear. So those stress chemicals are creating the fear of what other people will think, or feeling like an imposter. So whatever those feelings are for you, which will be based on your individual childhood memories. And then as that happens, your prefrontal cortex goes offline, so you can't think of the things in the first place, or you don't have the ability to articulate it in the most way. Now, what we do about it, two parts to that. First, do whatever it takes to get into a state of feeling good before you think about doing the thing. So, for example, listen to music you love, go for a walk, play with your pet, watch comedy, do an activity you love, think about things you're grateful for. Do whatever it takes to change your chemical state. So, very briefly, thoughts are connections between neurons, and those connections between neurons trigger matching chemicals. So as you're thinking about, I don't know what to say, and I'm supposed to get this done, and I've got other things to do, I don't have enough time, whatever those thoughts and feelings are, those connections between neurons, as you're having those thoughts, are pumping stress chemicals into your system, which are, of course, perpetuating the problem. As you switch your focus to something fun, something you enjoy, something you appreciate, something you love, listening to music, anything like that, those connections between neurons stop, the stress chemicals stop being produced, and they start producing feel-good chemicals. And as you start to feel better, that means blood is returning to the prefrontal cortex of your brain, the part you need in order to do the thing. And the second part, of course, is the references.
Yeah, and as you were talking about that, I was seeing the in the background, I'm seeing the little hamster on the wheel. We get into that place, and I know that was an old pattern for me. That you knew you needed to get this done, and then all of these negative neurochemicals are picking up. And then you're just focusing on the fact that you're not getting it done. And it's just this self-perpetuating cycle of more of that negative state inside. So, and the last thing that we want to do when we feel that pressure to get something done is to make a shift. But the reality is, and we've talked about this in other videos, that the science is showing that it only takes about 60 to 90 seconds for those chemicals to start to switch or to change, or you to start actually feeling something different, as long as we can keep our focus off of whatever is causing that negative trigger. So yeah, that's a great little triage type of exercise to be doing, to make that shift or that change. And then of course, the lasting work, the really substantial work is about doing the inner work, doing that detective work to figure out what was at the core, what implicit childhood memories are actually firing those negative neurochemicals in the first place. What caused the cycle in the first place? So that is the subject of a masterclass that we have. I think that, yep, you've put up the information regarding the masterclass. So I would encourage you, we would encourage you to take a little bit deeper look at that. Join us in that masterclass so that we have a better understanding. You'll have a better understanding of how this machine, this automatic machinery, is working in the background and having this profound impact on your business. And we just haven't been aware that this machinery is operating in the background, guiding everything.
Right. Yeah. And so I also wanted to add that, this is not even just about the marketing activities that you do yourself. This even extends to paying other people to do it. So I know we've had that experience as well, where you get someone else to do your marketing for you. The problem there is your brain is affecting who you are drawn to. It's affecting your decisions. So perhaps you find you keep choosing the wrong people to work with. I know we've had in the past where we paid money for certain consultants or people who do the marketing for you, who reach out to and get leads and all of that kind of thing, and we wasted the money. It was a waste of time and money because we hadn't changed that part. So making sure that, so switching your brain from working against you in the background to working for you in the background, and then everything's easy because your brain is automatically keeping you in alignment with your goals and dreams, that the results that you want to achieve, instead of keeping you in alignment with what you've always experienced, which is the default setting.
Absolutely.
So we hope that helps. I was going to talk about the post I put on LinkedIn this morning and the question I got, but we'll do that in the next video. All right, everyone. So let us know, as always, if you have any questions, and we look forward to seeing you in the free masterclass. The link is in the description. All right. Lots of love to all of you. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye for now.